All right, here's why I was wrong about Rashod Bateman. Looking at the last 3 seasons of the Ravens offense, we see that last year was a heavy outlier. In 2019, they attempted 440 pass attempts. In 2020, that dipped down to 406. And then in 2021, they attempted 611 passing attempts. And now, just off rip, you might be thinking, well, yeah, Lamar's been improving as a passer. He's been developing as a quarterback. It only makes sense that they're going to trust him with the passing attack more. No. In fact, last season was one of Lamar's worst seasons to date in terms of his efficiency as a passing quarterback, right? Like his QBR was god awful. He was at his best when the Ravens were throwing the ball less. And that's because this offense is very dependent upon a multifaceted rushing attack. They want defenses to come up and stack the box because if they don't, Dobbins will either take it or Lamar runs a read option, takes it to the house himself. Like, there are too many ways that this rushing attack can go that teams have to stack the box against the Ravens. And then when you stack the box, that's when Lamar thrives, right? He can either throw it deep or catch you off guard with play action. But that kind of all falls apart when you don't have any good running backs, right? So that's kind of why we saw the Ravens throw the ball a lot more last season and Lamar's efficiency dip. Because you can't run the ball successfully when your top two running backs are Devonta Freeman and Latavius Murray, right? Like, they lost Gus Edwards. They lost J.K. Dobbins. And now that those players are back and they bring in Mike Davis and draft Tyler Beatty, this offense is going to return to its previous form. There's going to be a lot more rushing attempts and a lot less passing attempts because that's when this offense is at its most efficient. So the targets that I was predicting to be available for Rashod Bateman to eat up just aren't going to be there. So we really have to temper expectations now because we have to recognize this offense isn't going to operate the way it did last season. And while I still think Bateman has some upside, it's not nearly what I thought it was. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about drafting Bateman, is that this offense, its passing totals are going to decrease drastically this season.